Hey guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have another plan with me to share with you all, and this week I'm planning for the week of October 15th to October 21st, and the reason you are hearing my voice live from Saturday night, no it's not, the reason you're hearing my voice live instead of over a voiceover is because I lost the footage to this half of my plan with me. This whole half, I don't know where it went. I could have sworn I uploaded it to iMovie before I left this week, like the past weekend, but it was not there, so it was all gone. Thankfully, the other footage is still there, but it is such a shame. So yeah, I'm just gonna take you through the first half of the week and then do the rest of the week with the footage that I have with a voiceover. So yeah, this week I used the Remember Me kit from ScribblePrintsCo that was themed after the movie Coco, which is probably one of like my top 3 favorite Pixar movies. I love it so much. I kind of wanted to watch it this week, but I had a lot of studying to do for an upcoming midterm exam. So, and before I left for Disney, so I couldn't watch it. I had to do a lot of studying, but it was a beautiful kit. I have the bottom washi that comes with the kit, and then all the full boxes and glitter headers, and then I added, I don't know, it's kind of like subtle, but this sort of really tiny sprinkly full box overlays from ScribblePrintsCo on top of it. I love it so much. I wasn't gonna use foil with this kit, but then I pulled in some rose-colored days countdowns for our trip to Disney, so I figured may as well pull in some more foil, and you can see here with the little icons and stuff like that, all of it from ScribblePrintsCo except for the countdown. So now I'm gonna zoom you guys in a bit because everyone loves a close-up. So for the sidebar, I have the Thankful Thought covered up with this beautiful woman, skeleton woman. She looks so fierce with her makeup. I love it. Then you have the 2 habit trackers. You have your fancy squared off label that says, "We're going to Disney World." Originally, I had like a quote about perseverance and like getting through studying because like I said, I had a lot of exams and needed to study a ton. So much so that I gave myself a cold sore from all the stress. It was a wonderful time, but I didn't like it very much, and I really wanted to mark that we were going to Disney because that's kind of what was getting me through the week. So I used a foiled "We're going to Disney World" in my handwriting from ScribblePrintsCo. It's still up in her shop, so you can definitely go get it if you would like. It's like a bucket list of Disney things. Then after that, we have, of course, the to-do header along with a strip of thick washi, which it kind of just looks like it's all green, but there's like little dots of blue and stuff in there. Then I have 2 of the ombre heart checklists, and I covered up that last little heart that was peeking out through there that I did not need. On into the week, the first thing that we have on Monday is a sticker from Once More with Love that says "last minute cramming" because I had 2 exams on this day. Right before school, I treated myself to some Starbucks because like I was going to need it. I have all my classes on Monday, so whenever they decide to both give me a test, they end up on the same day. For some reason, I don't know how that happened. So the first exam I had was a bone practicum where you have to like sit in front of a ton of bones and label what they are, what the little scratches and greater truncanter, oh my god, like nightmares for the rest of my life. I did really well though, I got 98, so I'm very happy about that, but I was super stressed before it because I had just come back from Austin, so I was like, did I even have enough time to study? Yeah, so I used a fancy label, pattern fancy label. You can't really tell it's pattern, at least on the camera you can't. And then I used a Once More with Love little skeleton sticker because I thought it would be funny for the bone practicum. And then the next thing that I needed to do after my exam was I had an hour to study again for my sociology exam. I crammed in some crash course videos, forever thankful for those videos. So I put a little Coffee Monsters Co sticker of an emoji reading a book to mark studying for psychology, and I did my studying at Chipotle, grabbed some lunch there, so I used a meal icon from the kit to mark that. Then after getting to eat my dinner, I had my sociology quiz. So to mark that, I used another fancy label with an emoji sitting at her desk. I got another A, so I don't know. This is very like, getting A's is a very strange thing for me. I was very like a B student. I mean, C's towards the end of my like last go at college, but it's very nice getting A's, so yay me. After I got home, I needed to start filming this plan with me, I think. So I used a Munchkin on a laptop uploading a video, but I won't, like, I've mentioned before that I wanted to use those up in the sheet. And then the last thing I did that day was read the book Once and For All, which I did not like whatsoever. Do not recommend that book. It was really boring, and I'm like a person who loves Sarah Descent and cheesy, like, romantic young adult books, and that one was just like, what is the point? Like, nothing happened in that book. Something could have happened, but it didn't. So I'm telling you, I do not recommend. And then, of course, we have the Alebrije full box right there. Don't know, I felt the need to mention it. I think I just wanted to say Alebrije. So moving on to Tuesday, this was my day off from school, so I had a lot of random to-dos that I needed to get done on this day, and then ones that I hadn't gotten done the last week. So I just kind of put it under a general category and put a rounded quarter box along with a holographic little house icon, foiled icon from ScribblePrintsCo, and then wrote random to-dos. So while I was doing those, I watched some YouTube videos, so I marked that with a munchkin, nomming on some popcorn with the YouTube play button in the background. And then this day I published my plan with me, I think later in the day, so I didn't put it all the way up at the top. I used a handy-dandy glitter film slate icon from Mandy Dreams, Mandy Plans, and then after that I needed to get some studying done. So this was like when all my studying started. So I used a munchkin sitting at her desk and taking some notes. This day I kind of like slowly started getting into my note-taking, and I didn't like go like balls to the wall with all the chapters and everything like that. I just kind of like slowly went into it. Then towards the end of the day, I got an Amazon delivery. Couldn't tell you now what I actually got in the mail. I think it was my costume for the Halloween party we're going to. I'm going to be an alien. I think I said that in my last video, but this is, oh yeah. So then this was my new costume for being an alien, which is really, really cool. It's like a galactic skirt and top thing. Very, very excited for that. Then towards the evening, I had to go to the doctor's to get a checkup. So I used another emoji wearing a lab coat and like just a little doctor emoji to mark that. Then when I got home, just had a little face mask, relaxed, had a pamper night before all the craziness of studying started. So I used a Fox and Cactus face mask girl for that. And then the last thing I marked was that I finished reading Once and For All, and like I said, do not recommend. And I used a foiled stack of books icon from ScribblePrintsCo. Again, all the foiled icons are from ScribblePrintsCo. I think I said that in the beginning and I just keep stating it for some reason. Sorry. So on Wednesday is when the big kahuna days of studying started. So most of Wednesday I did do a lot of some chapters, take notes and things like that. So I marked it off the way I like to mark big chunks, is with a piece of Simply Gilded bow washi. I used this blue because I thought it matched. Upon like further inspection, it doesn't really match this blue, but when you have the whole spread, like you're looking at it as like a whole, it looks fine. And then I grabbed a quarter box, a patterned quarter box, along with a munchkin that's like study, to mark my study day. And then before I actually got to studying and like in between my little breaks and stuff like that, I was binge watching The Big Bang Theory. So I used a holographic TV icon to mark that. Then I went to the, where did I go? To the grocery store? Why did I go to the grocery store? I can't remember, but I went to the grocery store, so I used a holographic shopping cart icon to mark that. And then my sister came home, and oh, I went to go buy the stuff for my magical Harry Potter cocktail video, which is up if you guys want to go check that out. It's on my channel. That's why I went to the grocery store. And then when I got home, my sister surprised me with pizza. So we had a pizza night. The whole pizza pie was demolished by the 3 women of this house. It was marvelous. And I used a Whimsical Cat Studio girl eating some pizza. And then the last thing I wanted to mark was that I got a custom Hufflepuff Harry Potter print from Marigona Sully Art. I don't think I pronounced that right, but it is beautiful. It looks like me doing some potions. I love it so much. I needed to share it, but I've mentioned a million times how much I love potions, and that would probably be like the class I wanted to be the best at. So I asked if she could draw me doing some potions with the advanced potion making book. It's so stinking cute. I love it so much. I can't wait to find a frame for it. But yeah, I love it so stinking much and needed to mark it in my planner. So yeah, that is a Monday through Wednesday, and I'm gonna let voiceover Jess take over from here. Well, thanks for throwing it to me in real life, Jess. Voiceover Jess here to finish the rest of the plan with me. I know, it's so cheesy. It's so funny though. The one thing I forgot to mention on Wednesday, which I guess isn't a big deal to mention, but I wanted you guys to know and I wanted to see who relates, but on Wednesday I did have class and I actually skipped the class to study for that class's test because it felt like a better use of my time to spend all day at home studying than to go to like travel and commute all the way to my class for an hour and 15 minutes and like not study. Does that make any sense? Okay, anyway, moving on to Thursday, the first thing I wanted to mark is that I went to Party City to find a witch's hat for the magical video I was going to be filming on a Friday, so I used a little foiled balloon icon to mark that, and then I just headed to the post office because there was something I needed to pick up at my P.O. box, and I think I needed to drop off an Amazon return, so I used a foiled package icon to mark that. Then I decided to spend some time setting up my spoopy background for the video, which I'm really glad I did because it did take a bit of time and I was happy that I didn't have to do it on a Friday morning because like while all of this is happening, I still needed to study and it's like it takes a lot of energy to throw myself into studying. So if I don't like don't start it by like noon, it's really hard for me to get going. I don't know if that happens to anybody else, but that happens to me. Like it just, my attention span is shot and I just can't, like I need to start fresh on a new day. But anyway, there's just something cracking in my room. I think because I put like the heat on, the wood flooring is just expanding. I don't know, but it's freaking me out. So then I wanted to mark that it was a happy mail day. So I used a fox and cactus girl holding a ton of mail and heart eyes to mark that. And I forgot to mention that for the setting up the spoopy background, I used a Pumpkin Paper Co. Terra girl holding a lanyard of little spiders. It's really, really cute. So then after that, I needed to grab a patterned, what is it called? Patterned half box, and I switched this like a million times. I ended up using the purple one with all of the lights in the background and the study munchkin that's just like really frustrated with its pencil snapping to mark the study day. I think, oh my god, oh, yeah, okay, so I went with the flowers, then I went to the orange, and I think like later on I end up fixing it because I was like trying to convince myself that adding some little foil photo corners would jazz it up more, but I was mistaken and I wasted all this time doing this for nothing. So after the study day fiasco, I wanted to mark that my Canadian family came from, well, Canada, to have some dinner with us. So I used a foiled holographic meal icon to mark that. And then towards the end of the night, I did some more studying. But of course, I got distracted and FaceTimed Auntie Dra. I don't remember what it was about, but I'm sure it was very cheesy. And yeah, so I marked that with a munchkin on FaceTime with the little person, the other munchkin in the little FaceTime bubble, and I cut off its little feet. I don't know why sometimes I'm okay with the sticker going on the washi and sometimes I'm not. I'm a very weird individual, so in this instance I decided to chop the legs off. Then on Friday, it was a very long day. I had a lot that I wanted to get done, so the first thing I wanted to mark was that I had a ton of coffee, and I used this foiled coffee mug icon to mark that. Then while I was getting things together and getting myself ready to film a magical video, I watched the finale of the Jake Paul and Shane Dawson collab thing. I ended up marking it just as Jake Paul finale, and I used a munchkin holding the YouTube play button to mark that. And then after marking with the little YouTube thing, I put down a quarter box along with this Sarah Sanderson scribbler sticker to mark that I filmed my Harry Potter drinks collab video with a fellow magical YouTuber who is Victoria from Castora Magic. Go check out her video because honestly it was like way better than mine. I'm just being honest. I'm not even being self-deprecating. I'm being honest. It was a ton of fun to film and kind of a pain in the butt to edit, but I think it all worked out in the end. I do like my video, but I know if like I had a whole production team behind me, it would have been an epic video. But I feel like a lot of YouTubers think that way, and we all don't got it like that, so we get what we get. So after marking filming, I wanted to mark that I got a massive Amazon delivery of stuff for Disney. Me and Andrea got a lot of, well, actually, I ordered a bunch of pen refills because my pens that I take notes with ran out of ink, and honestly, it was like a travesty to take notes with like another pen because it just didn't work for me the way my Pentel Energels work for me. Then we needed to get biker shorts that matched our Tweedledee and Tweedledum costumes. If you guys want to see that, it's up on my personal Instagram. And then what else do we need? Oh, then I ended up getting a Toy Story shirt so that on the day that we went to Hollywood Studios, we would all be wearing like Toy Story, Pixar themed shirts and whatnot. I got mine to match Nick's, and we didn't tell him because it was going to be really funny to see like his annoyed expression. Although he ended up finding out like early in the morning, and it was kind of just like, yeah, whatever. And I was like, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's a lot of fun. It's a very cute shirt. So yeah, I marked my massive Amazon delivery with a munchkin holding an Amazon Prime box. And then I wanted to finish up on my orders. So I had nothing like outstanding when I left for my trip. So I used a paper and milk iPad and Apple Pencil sticker to mark that. Then here I'm just kind of like measuring out where the little, what is it again? What is it called? Oh, fancy pattern label would go before I put down another munchkin studying at its desk to mark that I did a few hours of studying on this day as well. And then I put down, at first I put down the fancy label. Then on top of the fancy label, I grabbed this little Harry Potter munchkin to mark that I booked my studio tour tickets in London. I'm so stinking excited. I made sure my mom could take those days off next year. And I was like super quick to book the studio tour because a lot of you guys have been telling me that the early times sell out. And the good thing about the early times is that they do not kick you out. So the earlier you get there, the longer you get to stay. So I'm really pumped about that. I told my mom and my sister that they're not leaving until that like the thing closes or I am sufficiently satisfied with my magical care. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's very exciting. And then the last thing I wanted to mark was that I played some Hogwarts Mystery all day using this Happy Dia sticker of a girl on her phone to mark that. And moving on to Saturday. Saturday was also another long day, but it was filled with really, really fun stuff. So the first thing I wanted to mark was that I needed to check into my flight for the next day. So I used a holographic foiled icon of an airplane to mark that. Then underneath that, I put a fancy label along with a wonton in a million apple picking sticker, which is really cute. It's from the fall bucket list. I love the little stack of wontons. It kind of reminds me of me, my sister, and my mom, which is really cute. Then after apple picking and picking out one sufficient pumpkin to adorn our doorway, we ended up going to like a market that also is next to apple picking, but we like this market better than the place where we go to get our apples. It's a very confusing thing, but luckily everything is within like 10 minutes of each other. So we went to this market. It's really, really cool because it has like all these like fresh produce and like make your own peanut butter and things like that. It's really, really fun. So I used this munchkin with leaves and a little coat and a coffee to mark that. I thought it was very perfectly fall, as these are fall activities. Then I grabbed a paper and milk spoon and fork sticker to mark that we went to go get some Tex-Mex food at Jose Tejas. It was really, really good. We all had really bad stomach aches after that. I don't know why. We didn't eat anything out of the ordinary, and I didn't have any alcohol, so I think it was just like too much too much food. I don't even know. Why would it have been too much food? I feel like I didn't eat any more than I usually did. But yeah, it was still so stinking good. So after I got home, I needed to do some more studying because my test was on Wednesday, but in between that time, I would be going to Disney, and I feel like no studying would have happened there. So I stayed up all night. I didn't sleep the night at all because my flight was really early anyway, and I had to leave for the airport at 3. So I figured I could sleep on the plane, and this is the day that I felt my cold sore starting to appear. I kind of hoped it wouldn't be one and maybe my mouth was just dry and itchy, but no, the entire night I just watched and felt as my cold sore developed, and as I read about why cold sores develop in my textbook, which is really ironic and really funny. I mean, it's not funny, it hurt and it itched and it was just really, really bad. I mean, I don't know why I'm talking about cold sores. Content, yes it is. So I used a fancy label along with a super just tired and bled out, not bled, that sounds like it's bleeding, no, just a bleh munchkin, because that's how I felt trying to get in the last few chapters done. And then, well, actually, I studied at the end of the day, but whatever. I put studied through the night, but before that, I had to pack for Disney. So I used this paper and milk with a Maro inside the suitcase to mark that, and I needed it to film the last few bits of this plan with me up until, well, what you're seeing right now. I needed to film this part. So I used a munchkin holding a camera to mark that, and then I needed to reply to some YouTube comments, which I actually didn't get to until I got back on Tuesday. Or Wednesday. No, I didn't reply until Wednesday after I got back from school, but the intention was there, so I put it in right there with the munchkin on the laptop that came with the kit. Last but not least, we have Sunday, and the first thing, I'm like, what was happening? The first thing I wanted to mark was my flight to Orlando, which was at 5:45 in the morning, and I was gonna get there, I think even before Andrea and everybody's flight even took off, which, is just fantastic. I don't know what happened there. So I used a airplane icon, foiled holographic icon to mark that. It was a really, really rough morning. I think I was all up in my feels. I feel like every Sunday I'm all up in my feels, but the cold sore wasn't helping, and I was just I'm gonna look ugly and this is gonna hurt all week and blah, 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 blah. Just feeling sorry for yourself, as one does. So, where was I going with that? So yeah, I marked my flight, and then I marked using a Bubba Bear Studio kind of studying zombie to mark that when I got to the airport, I had taken pictures of the last few pages of my textbook that I needed to take notes from, along with my binder and the slides from class, and I just spent the 2.5 hours waiting for them, studying, which turned out to be really beneficial, so maybe it turned out for the best. I don't know, but I'm glad I brought my things with me so that I could study some more, and I did get a lot done, which was great. And then I was I'm gonna move on to the next thing that I did, but I'm about to finagle a bunch of these stickers. I ended up whiting out the at and 5:45 because I just didn't like how low that that sticker was hanging, and then how the other stickers would fit. So right now, watch as I just move all these stickers around. So underneath the studying, when the Austinites finally showed up in Orlando, I used a Fox and Cactus blonde Mickey Mouse girl to mark that I got to take the Magical Express to the hotel, and it was my first time ever taking the Magical Express. I am a Disney fanatic. I love going to Disney World, but the one thing I never do is actually stay on property. I only ever stayed on property once for one night, and we didn't really get to take advantage of what it was like to be on property, but I am newly converted to the fact that that Disney bubble is fantastic. So yeah, I marked that because I thought it was necessary. Then I grabbed a not Clever Gal Crafts, a Chic Street Sticker Boutique, little post-it note box, along with a Cruella de Vil munchkin to mark Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which is a foil script that I made. Well, I hand-lettered for Andrea for ScribblePrintsCo, and you can also get this in that same bucket list of Disney stuff. It's so stinking cool. I loved marking it like this. I mean, I probably would have wrote it like that anyway, but you know, like adding it in foil is way better. So I added that. Then I wanted to mark the Hocus Pocus Spelltacular show, because at the Halloween party there's like a lot of fun shows and parades and stuff like that. So I wanted to mark as much of them as I could. So I decided, instead of writing it in, I just wanted to add this trio of the Sanderson sister scribblers. Holy cow, that was a mouthful. To mark that, instead of like putting them off to the side or anything like that, I just put them in as is. They look fabulous there. Then I grabbed a Jack Skellington Munchkin to mark the Boo to You parade that we got to watch, and then underneath that I put a like fangirl hearts Munchkin that comes with the kit, along with a Watch Fireworks foiled hand-lettered script thing. Why do I make these so descriptive? A Watch Fireworks foiled icon from the same Disney bucket list hand-lettered thing. That just made it even longer. Anyway, so fun. I love how this turned out so much. I'm not even going to do the and voila, because it's pretty stinking cute and I love it so much. And of course we have the obligatory Viv Wiggle, which isn't as Viv Wiggly as some of my other spreads, but it's beautiful, and these little touches of hollow sparkle and my handwriting in foil everywhere that's Disney themed is just the freaking best. I really love how this week turned out with all the colors. I almost didn't use this kit until Andrea convinced me to do so. I mean, I had every intention, but I was like, I want to use a Disney kit. But she's like, you'll go to Disney so many other times. Like, when are you going to have the chance to use a Coco kit for Halloween? And I was like, you are so right. I mean, I did have next year, but your girl's not waiting that long. So I'm super glad. Great decision, Andrea. So I love how this turned out, like I said, a million times. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this playing with me, and I will see you in a couple of days for the next spoopy spread, which is going to be Hocus Pocus themed, and I'm so excited for it already. Okay, bye!